Mr. Shoemaker. Thank you for taking this time out of your day to come meet with me. First, I would like to start off by saying what a great student Andrew is. He's a joy to have in class and is always asking me if there's anything he can help me with when he finishes his work. He is always trying his best in all subject areas and constantly asks for ways to improve. I have also noticed his drawings recently and they're very good. Him and many other students love to draw during free time, and his are amazing.
Thank you so much. This is wonderful to hear. And yes, he has just recently started taking interest into drawing. He's actually really good at it.
He really is. So, while I have you here, I would like to talk about some of the reading assessments that I have given to Andrew recently. The assessments were all based around his reading and phonics. I do understand that Andrew is specifically on an IEP for reading, and he is receiving the required assistance for that. The first assessment that I had him complete dealt with phonemic awareness, and that is basically his ability to identify words and letters by hearing them instead of reading them. During this assessment, I asked Andrew a series of questions where he was given two words that looked the same, and he had to circle the one that he thought was correct that he heard me say out loud. He did amazing with this and was able to get every question right.
Wow, that is amazing. I'm really glad that he did so well. What other assessments did you have him do?
The next assessment that I gave him had to do with phonics. Phonics is basically just correlating sounds with letters or groups of letters when writing. The assessment that I did for this portion was the Words Their Way spelling inventory. This is basically a spelling test that is pre-made and allows me to see how well Andrew can correlate the sounds of the words I'm saying with the letters that spell the word. Unfortunately, he was only able to get 5 out of the 26 words correct. I did notice that while he was writing down what he had heard me say, he would repeat the words to himself, but because of his speech impediment, he would mispronounce the words and ended up spelling them wrong. I also noticed that when he was unsure of how to spell a word, he would add a Y or add random letters to the word.
That's strange that it just adds Y's or random letters. And I know that we've been working very hard on his speech. But do you have any other suggestions on how we can help with his spelling?
I do. I actually planned on giving him a word study notebook. In this notebook, he'll focus on about 3 to 5 different words each day or every other day. He'll practice writing the words down multiple times and sounding them out. He'll also write down the definitions of them and can write down pictures if that helps him remember the words. He can also bring it home for you to work on together, and you can give him words to work on as well. I specifically chose this for him because he'll be able to keep everything in one place, and he can always refer to it when he needs a word he has worked on.
Wow, that sounds like something he would really enjoy. Especially since he would be able to draw things to help him remember what different words mean. I will definitely be working with him at home with this.
I think he will really benefit from this, and it will definitely help with his spelling. The next area that I assessed him in was his fluency, which is his ability to read with accuracy. And for this, I had him read a passage that I selected at his reading level. While he was reading, I noticed that he knew the basic sight words, but when it came to words, he would stop and try sounding them out letter by letter. He would also add ing to the end of a lot of words or completely skip over them. I don't want you to think that Andrew can't read, because he can. Many students struggle with the same thing that Andrew does. It just takes practice and learning to slow down when reading.
No, I understand. We try to read every night with Andrew, and I've noticed the same things. But I don't really know what to do to help him read more fluently, other than just to keep trying reading.
A strategy that I think he would really benefit from to help with his fluency would be to do Reader's Theater. Reader's Theater allows students to work independently or with small groups, and they practice reading a story or a script multiple times until they have mastered it, and then they can perform it for the class or their parents. I think Andrew could really benefit from this because it will give him a chance to focus on one reading at a time, and he can practice it multiple times until he has mastered the reading and can read it fluently enough to perform it. Maybe you could implement this at home and have plays with your family.
I've never heard of that before, but I think Andrew would find that really interesting, and he would really enjoy performing with some of his friends. I will definitely try to do some of this at home with him.
I think it would be a lot of fun and a great family thing to do. The last area that I assessed Andrew on was his comprehension, or his ability to understand what he has read. For this, I used the same passage I had him read for the fluency portion. After he had finished reading the story, I had him turn the paper over and try to tell me as much as he could remember from the story. He was able to tell me a lot of information, but most of it was minor detail and not so much the important parts. After I had him do that, I asked him a few questions that had to do with retelling what he had read, and again, his answers were a little vague. He wasn't able to give me a ton of detail in his answers, but he was able to get the gist of the passage. For this, I plan on working with Andrew at least once a week during individual reading time. Him and a group of students will come sit with me at the back table, and I will have them read a passage. After they have finished reading the passage, I will have each student go around and tell me an important detail from the passage and highlight it in yellow. After they complete that, I will have them go around and tell me a not so important detail from the passage and highlight it in orange and explain to me why they think that it is not an important detail. I think he will really benefit from this because it will allow him to learn from his peers and also practice on determining when information is important.
I think that is a great idea. And he will really benefit from this exercise. Thank you so much for all this information. I'll definitely use some of the recommendations you have given me to work with Andrew at home. I'm glad to hear he is doing well. It sounds like he has improved a lot since last year. Thank you for taking the time to explain all of the assessments that you have given to him.
I really appreciate you coming to meet with me today. I really do feel like with the strategies that I will be implementing in the classroom for him and the recommendations I have provided for you to work with him at home will help him make huge improvements in each of the areas we have talked about. It was great meeting you, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. It's nice meeting you too.